Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video here today from Alpha Central titled "Woman Gets Mad When Man Takes Her Parking Spot." And I don't know what it is with these women, but it seems like these days it is starting to take less and less to make them freak out over something incredibly minor. Today's video was suggested to me by Matrix of Madness. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the pinned comments, so make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. Don't forget to leave your own comments, and let's jump right into the video.
So I'm a model.
Let me see your model walk. Let's see, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, go back that way with it. Let me see it that way. Go ahead. Appreciate you follow that, Bob. Appreciate get out of there. Nah, that way right there. That's the direction I want to.
That woman said that she was a model, but I doubt she meant that she actually did model work professionally. She probably threw unflattering photos up on Instagram and claims that it's modeling work.
Oh, get down? Oh, I'll get down.
As soon as I said get down. Oh. Not get down. 2, 3, 4, come on.
I got called out.
I have no idea how these women think that dancing like that when you're at a children's theme park is somehow appropriate. I am telling you guys, if these women had zero sense of shame, it would be a vast improvement.
The law said your husband had to have 2 wives. What's the one really weird thing he hoped the other wife didn't do like you do? And I mean really weird.
Nag.
Nag. He says he doesn't want his other wife to hit him.
I haven't hit you since... I don't believe you said that, Roger.
I don't believe you don't hit me right now. You always hit me.
I haven't hit you in 18 months at least.
He said you just beat the heck out of him all the time.
When we were married, I was always hitting him. But I quit that. I'm going to knock you. Tanya.
Tanya, he said, Lisa.
Oh, God. Now you're going to be...
It's disturbing how when this woman literally talks about striking her husband, it is played for laughs, and not much has changed in the last few decades, to be honest with you.
Oh, show me which one of you is going to be a gentleman. Show me. Show me which one of you is going to be a gentleman. Show me. Are there no gentlemen left in this? Are there no ladies left in this world?
This woman is old enough to know that the subway was one of the first places where chivalry died. Getting a seat in a crowded subway is about one generation away from becoming a fully armed battle royale, so why does she think that she gets a pass?
Let's say you meet a man, right?
Right.
And he tells you, all right, baby, if you're going to be with me, you need to cut out all your male friends.
And I would.
You would.
And I would.
It was worth it.
You don't think that's toxic?
No.
Hey, did you hear that? Hey, did you hear that?
Men don't want to be your friend. They say
Men don't want to be your friend.
If you give them a chance to hit, they're gonna hit.
Exactly. So
always.
So what about those girls that say, yeah, we can have male friends?
I've never met a like what?
Look at the camera.
It's nice to see that not all intoxicated club women will fly off the handle when it comes to not having male friends. Bit of a rarity nowadays.
This girl got famous for detailing how she performs oral on men, and you wonder why our generation is destroyed. All you guys that complain why there's no good women left, yet you encourage this type of trashy feminist behavior. What do you think is gonna happen when millions of women see someone like her tapping into this jackpot of attention that you simps freely give them? They're gonna start acting like that. That's why they post the type of pictures they post. That's why they say the things they say and dress the way they dress, because they know simp guys give them this type of attention that they desperately crave.
What's really sad is this whole meme was able to create an entire internet career based purely on her drunken rambling, and this is being seen as some sort of win for society.
Mama never drove. She didn't have a job. My dad did everything. He worked at the plant. He had janitor service. He sprayed houses and had pressure washing business. Paid for everything. My mom never worked. And every time they get into it, she say, I'm taking these kids, we leaving. Where you going? I want to walk down into the woods, single file line. And then my dad studied, he would look at where y'all go. We look at mama like, you better answer him, because we don't know either. You ain't got no work history. The women always just feel like the children want to go with them. Like the children ain't paying attention where the money come from. You get your money from him just like we do. You kind of like our big sister, be honest about it.
It is really sad to know that there are mothers out there who will use their children against their fathers just to win some petty argument. The kids should be left out of the squabbles. They don't deserve to be used as bargaining tools.
Who comes first, your mom, your daughter, or your wife? Give me mom, daughter, wife. Daughter, wife? Wife's replaceable. Okay. Oh, wow, replaceable. Okay. What's real life?
So this is like hypothetical when I'm like later in life in my 30s when I have all three of those.
Okay.
So I would say at that point I'd probably pick like daughter, then wife, then mom. But I love my mom a lot. I love my mom.
Respect. What about you? How you feeling?
Daughter, if I'm on good terms with my wife, then wife, and then mom. But if not, then mom in the middle.
The one thing these men have in common is that they will always put the health and well-being of their children before anything else, which is commendable, but I also think it's pretty unfair to force a man to make a list like that.
Daughter's at 1, okay. Uh-oh.
Daughter, mom, wife.
Daughter, mom, wife?
Because, you know what I'm saying? You can always find another wife. You can't have another daughter. That's your life that you brought into the world. Okay. And your mom, my mom brought me into the world. So we go daughter, mom, wife. You know what I'm saying?
I was raised by a single mother, so my mom's got to come first.
Mom first, okay.
Then my daughter.
Then your daughter.
Wife.
Then your wife.
Then my wife.
Okay. Why wife at the last?
Because if I have a daughter, like that's my baby.
Okay.
Like I gotta put my daughter first.
These guys are giving a lot of logical thought to their responses, but honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if the women just intentionally put men at the end of the list because of some unoriginal insult.
Hey, why was Domino's calling you at 2 in the morning? Why was Domino's calling you at 2 in the morning?
I can't hear you.
What? Why was Domino's calling you at 2 in the morning?
I can't hear you. I can't. Look, sit down. Look. Where's the $200 that I had on top of the dresser?
You're right. I can't.
Where's the $200?
I can't.
She's flipping out over late night pizza, but laughing about the money she literally stole from him. She's living proof of why modern relationships a lot of the time just are not worth the trouble.
Your 360, please. Smash up. It's okay. So smash or pass?
I mean, at first, I was going to say pass because of the glasses, because she was looking like something that came out of a Star Wars movie. I don't know. But she took off the glasses, still pass.
I have to give him credit. Those kind of glasses really do nobody any favors, and you know his comment section was flooded with furious women who are condemning him for his own personal preferences.
No one is angrier at a woman with standards and boundaries than a man who can't meet them.
Naturally. And from what I've heard, some of those women's standards are based in definitely an alternate reality.
I wish you guys took all the energy you spend begging women to lower their standards for you and did anything else with it.
Men are not begging women to lower their standards. It's merely an advisory. Men are walking away from this kind of behavior, and if you want that to change, you are probably going to have to change your standards. But if you don't, men really couldn't care less.
Anything else, really? Well, a person should always be careful what they wish for because one just might get it. And a lot of those men that one seems to be complaining about in regards to not being able to meet those very realistic standards that many women have set forth might just decide that it's best just to avoid women altogether. And then what would a lot of individuals have to make videos about?
I am not attracted to a man that is going to send me a Venmo request for half of a dinner bill.
This implies that this woman is only attracted to a man who will pay to watch her eat a plate of overpriced food. And when you take into consideration the expensive tastes of these entitled women, I'm surprised that man only requested half of the dinner bill and not more.
Noted.
And on the contrary, nothing turns me on more than when the man I'm dating takes me out on a date he planned, picks up the tab as soon as the waiter drops it on the table, and then tips 20% on top of the total. That got me like, let's get out of here immediately. Let's get out of here before I bang your brains out in this restaurant.
Oh, huh. How very charming. Who said class doesn't exist anymore?
This clip is incredibly stupid. So this woman is trying to say that she's attracted to dudes who flash money. There is a profession that has been around since the dawn of civilization that actually has similar characteristics.
Does height matter in a guy? Yes. So we're gonna judge you based on your body count. That's insane. Does your dad know you have 15 bodies?
Probably.
So I don't think you have the right to judge based on height.
No, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna take it back?
No.
Well, you have a good day.
This woman thinks that having a large body count isn't nearly as big of a deal as a man's height, but let's give her a few years and come back to see what she thinks.
I am that, and I will be that.
Can be that, but you post it, you're gonna be a single by yourself, lonely, sad, crying.
Yeah, makes you think you don't need to be that way.
One fish, two fish, sad. I'm gonna get a new.
You have to give the guy points for creativity, and you know that woman wants to call her man's bluff, but something tells me he's not actually bluffing. That's why these women should never test a man's patience over her social media.
How old are you ladies?
30. 32.
Okay. At your age, do you feel like dating has become easier or harder for you?
It's honestly stupid.
What's the difference between now and then?
It's harder to meet people who have the same interests as you. Because as a woman, the older you get, the more serious you get.
Yeah.
I love how they try to say that once they get older, they're taking dating more seriously. But we all know that she needs to replace the word serious with desperate.
But men don't match that energy.
Do you think it's because men are becoming more successful as they age and they have their pick of the litter?
No.
I think they're becoming stupider, to be honest.
You have to appreciate the irony of a woman who's judging the intellect of men by saying that men are getting, quote, more stupider. And I honestly think she has no idea that the word stupider isn't even a word.
Or do you think that they're just going for younger women?
I don't think it has anything to do with age.
No, I think it's that men have discovered that they don't need to try as hard to want to win a woman's heart. And it's sad.
Average men need to try 3 times as hard to win a modern woman's heart, and all Chad has to do is show up. She's just bitter that all she has left are the average men, and she doesn't want any of them, so she blames them for her poor life choices.
Because there are a lot of women out there who will settle for that, and that's fine. We won't settle for that. So if you don't bring your A game, you're just really not getting it. And by getting it, I mean like even the chance to just like take us out on a date.
I would honestly like to meet the one man who interprets what she just said as a legitimate threat. When these women threaten not to date us because we're not good enough, they don't realize that they're actually doing us a massive favor, and dudes really don't actually give a damn.
How tall does the guy have to be to date you?
6'3". 6'5".
Okay, so how tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Okay.
5'7".
So how tall do you think I am?
5'5".
And how tall are you again?
5'5".
It is crazy to me that this individual can't even understand what 5'5" is when she is literally that exact same height. That is crazy.
A part of a wifey's duties is to obey her husband.
I don't like the word obey.
Okay, how?
First of all, she said obey is a really strong word. Now, I might try my best to listen and do.
You know what else is a strong word? Protect.
You're right.
Wait, but you don't see me here saying like, I don't really protect. Like, that's a strong word. What do you mean I gotta put my life on the line?
Unfortunately, a lot of the time, marriage vows are a joke to a lot of modern women. They want to get married, but they refuse to actually take their vows seriously. They always think they're the exception to the rule and can opt out of any part of a vow the second it gets inconvenient for them.
Provider? No. Yeah. Provider? $8? No, that's a strong word. That's a strong word. Assisted living. I've noticed that only women are the ones that say dumb like that. Like, this word is strong. So strong. It's a word. Like I never went up to a dude and be like, yo, it's your duty to protect your girl. Ain't nobody gonna say, duty's a strong word. We will laugh at him like, you. But it's like, I find it funny how like women could go ahead and, you know, skirt off their responsibilities. But like, if I tell a guy like, hey, duty to do this, they're not going to look at me and be like, duty, that's a strong word. I'd be like, what? Like, we make fun of them. Yeah, why don't you guys shame each other for like not adhering to your jobs?
These women have been raised to believe that they can do no wrong and that the world owes them something just because they exist. So they think they can make up their own rules when it comes to marriage, but still demand the traditional roles of her man.
Why don't women inherently go with the guy that's best for them?
To keep it very simple, historically, we have been programmed to conform to being a victim. Women, we like to be the one that got done wrong. This is why we struggle with accountability. Most women chase bad boys because being with a bad boy allows you to end up being a victim at some point or another.
Why do they want to be victims?
It is programmed in us that poor me is some type of flex as a woman and as a mother.
Modern single mothers think that pity and victimhood are some form of currency. Even though all that behavior really gets them is total embarrassment, they will still hold victimhood above all else, including their own children at times.
Where the majority of the women right off bat I knew I was going to be a single mother. I knew. And being a single mother, being a woman, poor woman left with children to raise on her own. That is something that they get to flex off of. They believe it is a flex. That's why when I say it produces the worst product, the comeback is, well, he did it to me. The bad boys will allow, you're able to say, girl, I was Tyrone, he in the streets. Yeah, he took me out. It was exciting. There's the excitement side, but then there's always, if this doesn't work out with Tyrone, I have a story where Tyrone was the one that did me wrong.
It is hard to imagine how these women can think that they're being put into a win-win situation when they blame Tyrone for all of their problems, and yet they're still on their own to take care of a kid with no money and no man.
I actually do not need a man to get my oil changed. I did that all on my own. I did, however, call him to figure out where to take the car, and then I also needed him to pay for it, but I took the car all on my own and did it. So I'm basically unstoppable.
I know this is a joke, but there is honestly no shame in hiring somebody to change the oil in your car. And yet there are so many women out there who would rather endanger their lives by not properly maintaining their vehicle rather than admit they actually don't know what to do and they need a man to keep things simple when it comes to communication. There are very few games and subtle hints. But at the end of the day, men just want a woman who's going to respect him and not play these stupid... It took this woman 3 marriages to figure out something that most men have been screaming about for centuries. Men are really not that complicated. Give a man a peaceful home and you're over halfway there. But somehow this fact got lost somewhere and modern women can't seem to realize it. Ben Affleck has become the living embodiment of his own meme, and that's kind of sad because you can tell that he's trapped in a legally binding contract of pure misery with this woman, and there is no way he's escaping unscathed from the situation. And one look into Jennifer Lopez's eyes and you can tell that she's making his life pure misery. This is why it's usually a bad idea to have a second go at it with your ex-wife. Sometimes it's better just to leave the whole thing alone.
Museums? What? Hi? Are you standing up? This is not, we're not at a town hall about potholes. Excuse me, sir. Yeah, I'm too loud for you.
She's acting as if that man has direct control over the sound system at a comedy club, and she thinks that she has the right to really interrupt his set to complain about it. It's nice to see the audience has the comedian's back on this one.
Okay, how does that feel? Normal? Does that feel... I'll try to find the tone that works for you. White woman standing up at my show. It's what? Okay, that's... I want to be pleasant aesthetically to everyone here, so I will... Huh? Okay, good. That was an interesting tactic. You're back up. Okay, what's up? Another one? What else? Too much swearing? Okay, I like that you're continuing the process of rising to the occasion.
What exactly does she think she's going to accomplish by constantly being rude to this man? Does she not know that a veteran comedian will be able to endlessly roast her without breaking a single sweat? How dumb could she possibly be?
I mean, I would not stand up anymore, but okay, still standing? Not sure what's happening? It's like whack-a-mole, but it's a problem. Sounds better. Okay, good. I'm glad you're happy. You single? Poor bastard.
And this is exactly why you should just let stand-up comedians do their jobs, because no matter what you say, they will break you down faster than you can think of anything to actually say.
When a woman is not raised with her father, the errors in her feminine thinking have no balance. Hence, she has confirmation bias. She thinks of something, runs the idea by her mom, or she has a disagreement with her little boyfriend in high school, and her mother says, yeah, you're right. Of course you're right. Because the little girl is thinking with a feminine mind, the mother too is thinking with a feminine mind, and they validate one another, thus driving deeper into feminine delusion.
There's a reason why that carries the label known as fatherless behavior. These women walk around thinking they can do no wrong. That's why having a father is so important in a child's life.
The male mind is not perfect. The female mind is not perfect. The male mind tends to be pretty good at logic and self-reflection. But together they balance each other really well. But in the absence of the male mind, the female mind goes completely insane.
And this is what we're seeing in the world right now. Multiple generations of women who are going out of their minds because they have no counterbalance whatsoever to their delusion.
Why do you not talk to your girlfriends about your marriage?
Would a queen talk to a chambermaid about the king? How would the chambermaid understand what it is that the queen is going through or has to understand? Why am I going to go get advice from somebody who has a failed marriage, who doesn't understand what it's like to be with a man like that? Number two, if I go and tell my friend how horrible Grant was about something, which there's two sides of the story, and then I'm going to go make up with Grant. But now I've told them that Grant is domineering. Grant is controlling. He only thinks about himself. They're stuck with that.
That's one thing that I think a lot of people need to understand about these women's so-called friends. They will always hang on to the negative aspect of any relationship that isn't theirs, and they'll use that to make their friends' lives a living hell.
So now I've made up with my husband. I go hang out with my best friend, Susie Q. She's like, so how's Grant? Oh, is he doing the domineering thing again? Boom. I'm lit back up. Didn't even have a fight with him, but I'm lit back up. Either I'm trying to now talk to her and convince her that my husband isn't the piece of garbage that I made him out to be earlier. I'm trying to convince her of that, or I'm reignited about the upset and how he does not treat me with respect, and he does treat me like a son, and I'm always doing this for him and he doesn't do that. And then boom, now I'm home with my husband, and guess what? He does one little thing where he's like, I'm going here to do this, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, really? Oh, so it's my job to take care of the kids? Oh, you just get to do whatever you want because you just think about only yourself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I've just now picked a fight that wasn't even there because I'm all re-stimulated from this conversation that I had with this girl.
This is why when it comes to relationships, it's really nobody else's business. Any issues a couple is having needs to remain private, or else stuff like this is going to keep happening.
As a single mom, you don't know what I had gone through. And sometimes we don't even choose to be a single mom. It's like,
well, let's pick one point by point. You do choose to be a single mom.
How?
A man can't have with you unless you grant access to. And not only that, how many times has a man broken up with you?
No. None.
None.
Zero.
So no men broke up with you.
Right.
How many men have you broken up with?
A little bit, a lot, what?
That's the look of a woman who knows that she's been checkmated, but is also looking for an excuse to deflect accountability and to needlessly argue with men who brought up perfectly valid points.
How many men have you broken up with?
It has been a mutual
No, listen. How many men have you broken up with?
It didn't work out.
No, that's not the question. How many men have you broken up with?
4.
You proving my point right there.
No, I didn't.
So you choose the men to have with, and then you break up with them. This is why you're a single mom, because you are the problem, and you broke up with these.
Single mothers love to complain about how difficult their lives are, but refuse to accept that they are the ones who got themselves into this mess in the first place.
Move your truck! Move your truck! You think it's funny? It's funny? Yeah. Is that funny?
With all of the effort she used in trying to get out of her car, she could have easily just moved her car to another spot and avoided the whole drama and the embarrassment of wasting her beverage on that guy's windshield. I have no idea what this woman is trying to accomplish. On the one hand, it looks like she's trying to block this man in with lazily placed shopping carts. On the other hand, she's also looking like she's trying to damage this man's truck grill with a shopping cart to get him to move for virtually no reason. So I'm kind of at a loss here. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.